Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And on today's episode on the channel, I'm excited to do a Q&A with Shakuntali of Siberia. So before we get started with the Q&A, I would just like to introduce you guys to Shakuntali. So this is Shakuntali. She is an enlightened woman, a doctor of psychology, and a Siberian shaman who travels the world leading sacred feminine healing practices. She uses her clairvoyance and her healing abilities to help enlighten others and to spread love and light. She's the founder of an international charity movement called the Field of Love. In addition, she's also the author of two bestsellers. One is called After Death, and the other one is Adventures of the Mystics. She's a personal coach to a number of Hollywood celebrities, and she also works with people all over the world using her ancient, unique healing techniques. So, welcome, Shakuntali, to the Rainbow Fam and to my channel here. We're so excited to have you today. So for our first question, I'm just going to ask, how do you describe your work as a healer?
Always, I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy to give interviews, and especially if it can help others. and and always when the interviewers ask me this question, and every time I don't know what I need to answer because because this healing methods is very different, very different, because all the people is very different. Yes, some of them, the person have a problem, and the person with a very mental type, and of course I will use the method of the youth. I will work with the subconsciousness with this person. Beautiful. To change the programming and how this person can be more successful and throw away all the weaknesses, weak thoughts, for example. But this person, people are more mystic. Yes, the people love and understand shamanism. Shamanic, of course. I will take my drum. Yes, and we will flying somewhere in the subtle world, and we will ask the help of the spirits, because people are opening for that. Some people are so open that I need to only to speak with the kind words with them, and they already get healed. Yes, wonderful. And sometimes it's not necessary to do something because people very open. Yes, very. Yes. Sometimes I use the healing with my hands. Yes, this is the in the Tibetan method of the healing. Yes, when the people need energy. In this situation, when people can be very successful, they have a great mission, destiny, good planets in astrology, but people lose energy a lot. For example, always contact with vampires. Yes,
energy vampires. We talk about that sometimes on the channel for sure. Yeah.
Yes, with a lot of the different influences, and because of that, this person we don't need to work with the karma or some specific situation. This person only need like energy. This is like charger. Sometimes I'm do this work like a charger. Yes, because
I have an energy healer that I actually receive healing like that too. It's amazing how helpful that can be. It sounds like you're kind of like a jack of all trades when it comes to healing, and it's really cool how you tailor your techniques to each person and how open they are. Yeah, I love that. That's beautiful.
Yes, and it depends of the situation. Yes, because situation can be very karmical. Yes, from the past lives. Yes. Can come, or lineage influences, or this is only like this disease can be only in this life, in the present life. It's like more easy to work than the person a lot of lives, yes, was collecting this negative energy, and of course it's more, I need to use more hardest methods to help them, and we need more time, of course, to heal this. And because of that,
Yes.
I always say to the people, please do the practices daily. It needs to be your habits. You need to be a spiritual person to do the energetic practices, so that you don't need to have healers in this world.
Yes, and that's what I love about your YouTube channel, especially is that on your YouTube, you have a lot of these practices just up so people can try them out and guide themselves through them. Like with your help, it's incredible. I love that. So my next question for you is, what is a Siberian white shaman? Could you tell us a little bit more about the ancient practices of shamanism in Siberia and how you put that into the work that you do?
I can speak about that 24 hours. Yes,
Awesome.
yes, because this is only when you say white shamans, yes, you can feel love, something very white, like a lot of love and compassion, because this is shamans who help people always through their prayers. They pray, they living in the very ancient places, sacred places where people don't, where no people, no society. There is only nature, and they are living there, and they help from their people. And I was living there in these eco villages, and I was learning like 7 years, yes, without society. And everything what is in me now, yes, everything what I'm doing for the people, this is what I learned in that time. And this is not some method, this is not some techniques, this is pure love to the people, because this is the biggest ritual what we can do.
I
Yes,
love
for the
that. The
people.
high vibration of love. Yeah, and that was one of my questions was that, you lived in the mountains of Siberia for quite some time, like how did that experience like shape the work that you do?
This is like the most powerful and important time in my life, because in that time I understood my mission, and from that time I start to realize my mission, to live like my mission. And it was
Beautiful.
really very interesting, yes, because this is moment when you think only about the spirituality, because and this is the moment when opening your super abilities, because you don't have a contact with something would take from you energy. And this is
Yes.
amazing to observe yourself, how you can be so magic person, yes, when you can look and the object subjects start to move, yes, you can like take your hand and heal someone in 1 second, yes, you can go through the walls, you can walk on the water. And for me it was like a miracle, and I understand how I can have this. It's because of collecting energy. When you don't
Yes.
spend energy, don't lose it. Every one of us can be this person, yes.
Beautiful.
Yes, because we have a problems. A lot of people have a problems, difficulties, only because people don't know how to protect, collect energy, and work with energy. Yes,
Yeah, I
everything.
100% agree with that. Like so many people, they are not conscious of the fact that energy is a very real thing. Like we're made of energies and that yeah, you can lose that. And I love how you spent all that time bringing in energy from nature. Like
Yes,
soaking that in, soaking that up, empowering yourself, letting nature be your guide, letting nature be your teacher. And like in that way you were like initiated into what
yes,
you're doing now. That's incredible. I love that.
yes,
So,
but by
what was
yourself, yes, the people cannot. But you need to have a guide. Yes, who will
yeah.
guide you. You cannot come in the nature and start to do it. It's not possible. You need
Yes.
to have
So,
a guide.
who was your guide? How did that work?
My guide, yes, it was the white shaman, yes, and the priestesses who guide me and teach me. For example, I was learned in the temple 108 arts of the priestesses, of the woman of
Wow.
power, and now I share in my temple school with the women, now
Wow.
online. Yes, but in my seminars too, I open 108 secrets how to be a woman of power.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So, yes, I was just going to ask actually, one of the main tools that you offer to those that you work with is feminine empowerment. So, can you talk more eh, about what that process entails?
I want to show to this world, yes, how women need to live, yes, how which qualities she need to have that she can be successful, not only like on the cover of the magazine, yes, but
Yeah, right?
but in reality, yes, because the woman of power, this is women who feel every time happiness, not only smiling, that have a family, have car, work, career, but inside, yes. Now we have a lot of the women who can be successful, yes, who can have a lot of these outside things, but inside of them they feel unsuccessful. They cry
Yes.
always and they don't show to others. And I want that this woman can be powerful inside and outside, yes, these both things. And I always teach the women, yes, that we need to open inside of ourselves this the two main things, yes, to the woman of power is one side is she's gentle, feminine, flexible, but another side is like an Amazonian woman. Yes, this is power when she can protect herself, protect her family lineage, yes, and be confident and maybe successful, maybe in business if she wants to have a business, for example. And this is both things is need to be in one woman,
Yeah.
and in that way she can be powerful. And this is and her power is love, yes,
Yes.
but love cannot be in the woman who is only powerful. Yes, this is what we can see in our world. If women have only power, don't have femininity, she will have a cancer in the
Yes.
final very soon, because she don't live like a woman. Yes, she don't use feminine secrets.
Yeah.
Yes, and or for example, if woman will be very feminine, yes, and very flexible without protection, about without knowledges, everyone will use her, and she
Yeah.
will never find. She cannot say no, and she
Yes.
cannot feel her heart, and she always do what others say her, without any
Mm.
spine, without any um, like court, like without any power inside. And this is not good too, and we need to be like unite these both things, and in this moment appearing love to herself, to others, and she can collect energy. And this is what I one of the first rules arts of the woman of power, what we learn. And this practices what you saw on my YouTube channel, like sprout of the spirit,
Yes.
this is practice which opening inside of us this power of the woman.
Beautiful.
Yes, you can find other practices where is more feminine, yes, more more this gentle, it opening more feminine part. And
I
this is
love that. I absolutely love that. I love how, like, for you, it's all about bringing the balance to the feminine. You know, when you were describing that, I recognized aspects of myself in both of those different archetypes of the woman. Yeah, balance has been a huge part of my journey right now. And I know a lot of people on my channel, we talk a lot about this concept of like the divine feminine energies and the divine masculine energies and merging and finding that balance. I feel like that is so relevant right now because it seems like in this world, a lot of women feel as if they have to become hardened or they have to turn away from their natural feminine essences because we're living in a very patriarchal society. And so I love that you're bringing that power back to women and with these ancient techniques and practices and just with love, like you mentioned, guiding them and showing them and inspiring them how to find that in themselves. I love that. I really admire that about the work that you do. So my next question for you is how do you bring your knowledge of as a doctor of psychology into the work that you do? Because I think that's pretty cool. Like there's a lot of people out there that are healers and that really work on the spiritual side of things, but you took the time to become a doctor of psychology so that you could understand different aspects of the psyche. That's incredible. So how do you bring that into the work that you do as well?
Mm. This is yes, you are correct. This is it helps me to work with the people who are not in the spirituality, who are not don't have a faith, who don't believe in the spirits, who don't believe in the different subtle worlds and these things.
Yes.
And because I want to be understandable for everyone, because I want to help all the people. Because sometimes people, when they see or hear about the shamans, they're scared, yes, and see,
Yes.
and they think that shamans, this is some shaman need to be old man and very ugly, and he don't wash his body. This is like stereotype in this world. Yeah, but we understand the people because no one explained them what is real spirituality. They don't know. And I feel very big compassion to all the people. And I have a lot of people who criticize me, a lot of people. And I really, in all interviews, I say I love everyone because I feel compassion to these people because they have so small soul, yes, that they cannot see this divinity, what is in reality.
Yeah. And
Yes.
everybody has a different mind, a very different perception, a different reality, a different way of how they view this world. And I love that you've incorporated that into your work so that you can just meet people where they are. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. So I read some stuff, I learned some stuff about you about how you use ancient mystical temple dancing as a healing practice. So my next question is, how do you use ancient mystical temple dance as a healing practice? How could this be incorporated into someone's personal healing practice? I love that you're using dance as a healing method.
Did you saw temple dances on the broken glasses?
Yes.
Yes, this is, I show people, people always say, Shakuntali, show us your super abilities. And I always say, of course, my dears, I want to show you, but if I show you every time my super abilities, I will not have energy to heal people.
Yeah.
Because if you show, yes, this is a huge amount of energy, yes, when you can heal someone. But sometimes I show, sometimes, yes, when happening, especially in the festivals or in some retreats, I'm showing the temple dance on the broken glasses.
That's incredible.
Yes, this is
that.
when I with the feet without any shoes. Yes, I'm standing and on the broken glasses, and I'm dancing, doing some movements, and people can see how it works, and I show them. This is in reality, this is show of the love. Yeah, why? Because I want to say with this performance that if these sharp glasses, yes, cannot hurt you, yes, it means that if you love someone, if you can love, if your love can make these glasses don't hurt you, can you imagine what love can do in this world? Yes.
Oh gosh, that warms my heart. I love it. So, my next question for you is, as the founder of GUID or GUID, the International School of Working with the Subconscious Mind, what would you recommend to people who are seeking to heal their like negative beliefs? Like people who, because we all have subconscious negative beliefs we might not even be aware of that are like becoming part of our vibrational set point with how we interact with the world. So for anybody who wants to maybe start getting into healing the subconscious mind, what would you recommend for them? What's a great way to start on that path?
But yes, for me, this is the most powerful topic because I see, yes, people how a lot of potential they have in reality. Yes, they can born with a lot of their talents, but they don't use them. Yes, and I recommend always people, the first we need to purify our head from this rubbish, yes, from the childhood, from the past, because all our subconsciousness is full with the thoughts of other people, and we live like we think about ourselves that how other people think about us. Yes, and I understood this in my childhood when I was 6 years old. You can read about me in the book After Death. There is my story. Yes, and I understood that if someone wanted to say something to me, for example, Shakuntali, you are a very bad person. Yes, it's like always say, you're a very bad person and you never be successful. You understand? And I always look and say, really, it's for me. I will think about this. Yes, I will think, because I cannot understand that I can, like, that this thought can come in my head, because I felt that this is something not mine, because I don't think that I maybe I'm a bad person, but maybe not. Like, yes, I have a,
Yeah.
and I always say, I will ask someone. But in that moment, when I was small girl, I didn't know whom I will ask the truth. But I felt
Yes.
that someone exists, and it was my master, yes, whom I really asked, Master, Enlightened Master, can you say me, please, who I am? This is the truth, what people say me about me. In reality, I don't have a talent. In reality, I never be successful. And Master, of course, answer me, yes, that this is not truth. And I say, oh my God, thank you that I never heard them here.
Yes.
And in this is like example, if you don't listen, you can be very powerful, successful person with
Oh
super.
my gosh, it's so true.
Yes,
I love how you were kind of born with that natural ability of being able to like distinguish like what was yours and like what was someone else's. But
yes,
I think a lot of people we absorb things like sponges when we're little.
yes,
And then when we get older, that becomes the tapes that play in our head. And so
yes,
we start to accept these suggestions from others, from maybe they're
yes,
just distorted perceptions, and then we take that on. And yeah, I think, yeah, being able to step back and be like, oh, is this mine or is this theirs, is
yes.
so powerful. So
And
you're
my
maybe,
yes, my advice to the people, yes, to everyone, that when someone have some opinion about you or about your work, about your clothes, about your something what is yes with you, the first you need to like say stop to yourself and say, who is saying this, who is the person who's saying this. For example, if you like to sing the songs, yes, and you want to know how what is your voice is good or not, and you don't need to listen someone from people who don't know about this nothing, yes, who can only criticize. If you want to know about your voice, you need to ask maybe Madonna or someone, some
yes,
Beyonce, some person who really professional in that, and who can give you advice in this, correct advice, yes, because he understands in this topic. Or for example, you want to know how you play instrument, you need to ask some good musician to ask how I'm playing, how I need to improve in this way. And especially if it's connected with the spirituality, yes, and some persons say you make a good bad spirituality, you are bad, how, and we, or for example, we want to ask about our talents or something what connected with spirituality, we need to ask the spiritual master. Yes, we cannot listen everyone, especially who write in internet, a lot of the haters who have a profession to make a critics in internet. Yes.
yes. Yeah, we can't listen
And
to the haters. And I like how you're saying like the first thing you do when you have a thought, you stop and you go, who is this coming from?
yes,
And like
yes, yes,
really thinking, almost using your mind logically, is this person qualified? Like, what's their intention? Like, I love that. That's a great way to start, is maybe to start looking at your thoughts and asking yourself, who's saying this? Yeah, and really think about that. I love that. So my next question for you is, um, we're going to get into some questions actually from some of followers here on YouTube, specific questions that they've been asking a lot on the channel, which I thought it would be really great to open up this space for you to maybe help answer some of these questions. The first topic is going to be love. This is something I'm talking about on my channel a lot. One of the main questions that I get from my subscribers is, how do I attract my soulmate? Do you have any tips for people who are really struggling to find romantic love? I'm sure you have tons of courses and material about this, but just off the top of your head, what advice would you give to people who are struggling and who want to attract their soulmate?
Mm-hmm. Yes, so thank you for question, because this is very popular question, and I really have in my YouTube channel some a little course about that. Yes, but my advice is the first, yes, to meet. This is very good that you want to meet the soulmate. Not, you don't say that I want to meet some partner. Yes, because partner and soulmate, this is very different things. Partner is for some times, maybe for some sexual relationships. Yes, and that's all. But soulmate, this is someone who are your like soul, the second path, yes, second half of your heart, yes, and this is person with whom you feel really happiness, yes, and this is soulmate. This you need to find it really. It's not like it's coming, come, I waiting you. Yes, you need to find. But the first, what the people the mistake of the people is that they want to find in the physical body some men, yes, if this is woman, man, but it's not working. Yes, because the soulmate, the first we need to communicate with the soulmate in the subtle world. With this soul, yes, with this being, it's this meeting, romantic meeting, need to happening in the subtle world. We need to find it. And I always in my retreats I organize this. I provide these rituals. Yes, the women need to be very beautiful. She need to be prepared with the makeup. Yes, with the flowers in their hands, like a bride, like a bride. Yes, yes,
I love that.
very beautiful rituals, yes, and they and we with the special, yes, ritual parts, yes, with the beautiful music, women dancing and do special temple dances, movements, and they meet with that with the soulmate in the subtle world, and very soon these women meet in this soulmate who are in the physical man, in the physical person, yes, with these qualities, because we need to understand which qualities of this person we need, we like. Yes, we need to understand whom we will meet, who will be this soulmate. Yes, it cannot be like surprise.
I love that. You know, I've definitely suggested to some of my clients to try, you know, connecting in subtle world, or maybe I call it like the 5D, but maybe meditating to connect with this person or to put some good energy out, or maybe writing a letter to them as if they have already manifested this person. But I love how you're like taking it next level and doing this, you know, beautiful ritual practice, calling in the energy of the soulmate, connecting with them, like, you know, basically realizing like, yes, this is here for me. Because I think that's the hardest thing, is a lot of people who feel discouraged, they're at this point where they don't even believe the person exists. So through the technique you're using, you're allowing people to really tap into the energy that yes, they're here, they're here now, their energy is coming to you, and to be excited and be ready and be prepared to meet this person instead of wallowing around in doubt, you know? I love that. And it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes, a lot of the mistakes of the women is that they want to like receive it now. Yes, receive it now, but and they meet not the soulmate. Yes, because of this like fast. Yes, they meet the like only partner for some part of life. Yes, but they need to use this time to prepare because God wants that we always develop, that we will become better and better like a woman, and we need to have a lot of arts. Yes, of course, maybe you will meet this person, and my next question, what you will do with this person? How it will be, because this life, this is, you need to be prepared. You need to know the very important arts, how to speak with this person, that your relationships always will be in harmony and peace. Yes, how, what you need to do, what you don't need to do, because this is art, and we didn't have in our childhood, in our schools and universities, this a subject of how to meet my soulmate and how to live.
No one taught us this. Yeah, no one taught us this.
Yes, and how we can know that.
How to really open up to that energy, how to flow with it, how to harmonize it. I love that. Yeah, no one taught us that.
Yes,
but so a lot of us have to learn the hard way.
Yes, but I was learning in my temple school. Yes, when I was from the 12 years old, I was educated by the priestesses, and I was educated with these knowledges, and I understand the problems, because women, they can be very beautiful, talented, amazing women, but they don't know, and this is the problem, that they don't know what to do. And because of that, God don't send them the soulmate, because if of why he need to send them soulmate, because they are not prepared for that.
Yes. Yeah. I like that aspect of like opening yourself up to prepare for the connection. Wonderful. So my next question is, lately, with just everything that's going on in the world, I've been receiving a lot of questions about like how do you increase your finances and manifesting money. So especially during such a challenging time on the planet, what would you recommend to people who feel limited financially or feel as if they're having trouble manifesting money? Do you have any wisdom to offer about how to increase your finances or how to manifest some money?
Yes, like a shaman, I can say that the people who have problems with money, yes, abundance, they don't have a relationships with the spirit of money. Yes, because
Mhm.
with everything have a spirit, and the spirit of money, you not don't have a good relationships with him. And I always recommend to have the good relationships through the rituals, yes, through the different practices. For example, you can use this sprout of the spirit, yes, in the financial, like you need to check, yes, how it works. You need to put this seed and start to be focused on this goal. But the first problem is that the people don't know why they need to have this money, and God
Mhm.
don't give this money because people for which goals they have. Yes, sometimes they are very physical, very like you need to have a goal very high level. Yes, that this
Yes.
goal helps someone, and this is how it works. Because for example, in my life, I always say to the God, yes, God, if I will have a lot of money, I all money will give someone.
Beautiful.
Yes, and because of that, I make a charity all my life. Yes, because
Yes.
I don't need money, but this money going through me, yes, and
Yeah.
to
It's like an
someone,
energy. It's like a
yes,
channel. Love
yes,
that.
I'm like a bridge, because I don't need, and this is my mission. Yes, I don't need this, but you have another life, yes, another mission, and you need money for living. Yes, you need money for your goals, but you need to think how you can help with this money. Maybe 10% uh, you will dedicate somewhere and help others. Yes, for example, to buy
Yes.
food to the some old people who don't have opportunity. Yes, how this money can help others, and God will give more money. And to my students, yes, of course, people, I give opportunity to help in the field of love movement, and they can receive financial support, because now we need a lot of the people who write articles, who film, who a lot of the professions, and we support financially them. And of course, people always people who share with my courses, with temple school, yes, webinars, and they receive 30%. Yes, this is like,
Wow.
and they can sit sitting, and I always share with them, because this is their efforts, and I want to help them.
I love that. I always say on the channel, the more that you allow yourself to receive, the more you can give. And so I like that
Yes.
your perspective with manifesting money is thinking, like you said, more of a higher purpose. Like have an intention for your money, like you mentioned. Yes, that you'll be supported, that you'll be provided for, but to also have a higher intention with what you're receiving and seeing yourself as a channel for it. That's
Mhm.
a really cool perspective. I haven't heard a lot of people really talk about, like a whole other side of it. That's beautiful. So, my next question, this is one that I get a lot on the channel. So, what advice would you give to someone who is inspired to start a new path in life? Like, I have a lot of women and people on my channel who want to start off as an entrepreneur or who want to become an artist or a healer or like a sharer of wisdom. In my own experience, it can be intimidating at first to break away from a traditional path or like a traditional job to follow your inner calling. So, what helped to strengthen your confidence and your determination on your path? And what advice would you give people who maybe want to leave a traditional path and become someone more artistic or become a healer potentially?
Mhm. You mean that traditional path? This is everyday working from
Yeah,
the.
everyday working profession to maybe people who want to do entrepreneur, have their own business, or be an artist, or a Reiki healer, or
This
a
is
tarot reader, or
great.
something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is great because this is the calling, yes, for the soul, and we. This is very big sin when we don't do it. When we
Oh,
don't
yeah.
do what is, yes, what we want to do, yes, and because now all the world is living like I'm doing what I need to do, yes, not I
Mm,
want to do. And you, of course, everything happening step by step. Yes, you cannot finish your like traditional life work, yes, and like immediately, yes, become an artist. Yes, it's you need to do step
exactly.
by step, yes, everything step by step. For example, to start to like dedicate some time every day for this your what your heart wants, and step by step, yes, to do it. And you but you need to have a guide. You need to have a guide that you need to know how to do it, because we don't have a lot of knowledge, yes, how to live in this life. And you need to have advice, everyone who who give you advice how to do it. For example, in my life, yes, if I will haven't my guide, I cannot be this Shakuntali what you know. Yes, because I don't know. Of course, in the 6 years old, yes, I have my goal, and this is the same goal like I have now. It didn't change.
Yes.
This is the save the world. And for me, in the 6 years old, it was something like unbelievable. But in one time, I think like a wise person, I think that okay, maybe now I only 6 years old and I don't know how to do it, but maybe someday I can meet someone who can help me and
Yes.
can explain me what I need to do. And I never stop to believe and say everything will be. I will live, I will pray, and I will ask the God help me to find this guide
Yes.
who can help me. And really, in I was 12 years old. My prayers hear God, and I met my master, and he helped me, of course, to help to develop me my super abilities, and show me how I can help people, how I can help in the spiritual level. And I'm of course, our world is now in the very hard situation, yes, with this
Yes.
coronavirus and a lot of the wars, different conflicts. But in other hand, I see a lot of results, a lot. Of course, I want to be always sad. Yes, oh my God, what is happening? I feel this pain of this world, yes, of the people. But in another way, I see how a lot of people coming in the temple school. I see how changes women. I see
Yes.
in other time, and and because of that, I never give up, and I understand that this is the how it this world working energies. Yes, this is dark always will be, and you need to don't. It's very easy to say, oh, okay, this is a lot of darkness. I will not do nothing. Yes, and this
Yes.
the thoughts of the weak people, yes, but people, powerful people always doing, they don't sitting and waiting. And my advice is don't wait, start to act. Yes, if you want to be artist, please collect your friends, yes, and start to sing in the camera, start to train your voice.
Yes. I love that.
every
I
day
absolutely
every
love
day
that.
I wanted to
Yes.
inspire my example. Yes, that from 6 years old until now. Yes, I go with the steps. Maybe sometimes it's difficult. Maybe sometimes yes, it's not so easy to go. But if you do it constantly, every day, you can see results.
Yeah, that was really well said because I do have so many of those people here on this channel who they know inside that they're like meant for something different or that they're artistic or that they're healing. And yeah, like you're kind of mentioning, when the student is ready, the master appears. Put your prayers out, put your intentions out that you'll receive the right help, that the right people will come across your path to help you.
Yes.
And that certainly happened for me as well. I've had mentors, I've had guides, I've had helpers, I've had amazing people that I've had just kind of come in my path synchronistically, like you and like your
Mm.
channel and everything. And so it's really amazing how we're never alone. The universe always sends someone. You know, one thing I
Yes.
really love that you just mentioned is how like you just said you can't just go from the traditional job straight to healer or straight to artist. So making it a part of your everyday life, like you mentioned, or the little steps and not giving up. And I even love how you mentioned bring all your friends into it. That's very powerful. That's very, very powerful. So, and you actually are a guide for people like that. You know, I want to make sure I'm mentioning that because you're one of those people now who's able to mentor others who want to go on that path. And that's a big part of the work that you do. So, my next question, this is like pretty much my last question. If you could only give a few words of advice to someone who is going through the spiritual awakening process, what would that be? That's a buzzword we hear a lot these days in the spiritual kind of community is spiritual awakening, but a lot of people are really experiencing this in a very deep way. The spiritual awakening manifests through maybe physical energies you're experiencing, mental, emotional, spiritual, like this sense of maybe being called to something in your life, or the old kind of crumbles away to make way for the new. It can be a really intense time, and sometimes you can feel like you're alone, or maybe even that you're going crazy, because a lot of people don't really know how to go through that process. So, what would your advice be to someone who is like going through a spiritual awakening?
Mm. This is great, amazing, amazing thing. Yes, when you start to awake. In one time, yes, this is amazing, but in another time, yes, some people don't know really, yes, what's happening with them because you start to see everything that you start to see. For example, the person start to see that the around of this person, not the people with the low level energy, and
Mhm.
they don't want to communicate with them.
Yeah.
Yes, and in reality, this is true. We need to be very brave, yes, and we need to know how to say no. This is one of the important art of the woman of power, yes, to say no to
Hmm.
everything what not develop you. And always it will be sometimes painful, yes, when you understand that sometimes you thought that this is your friends, but
Yeah.
now you awake, you understand, oh my god, this is friends, yes, who make me a more worse person, yes, with maybe sometimes bad company, addictions, yes, maybe not good vibration, yes, a lot of critics and low level energy. And
Hmm.
yes, and you need to, yes, you need to be brave and say no to this and to choose power because everything depends of the surrounding. Yes, if you awake, you need to understand that you need to find your people who same mind people and to gather together because to be alone, yes, it's not God task. Yes, God
Hmm.
wants to that we awake and awake in love, awake and gather in love. And yes, because of that, I always gather all people together to my gathering, to my seminars, everywhere, because I understand that this is not so easy. You need to change your life, change your habits, yes, and change your schedule of life, change maybe your work, change everything, because you start to see that what you did before, it's like always you lose energy in that.
Yes, everything changes when you have your spiritual awakening. It's like you can never go back. Um,
Yes.
but there's so much that people have ahead of them when they go through that process. It's like the beginning to them becoming like the real authentic versions of themselves. I love how you're touching on the fact that like to gather with others and not be alone. Like you're not alone in the process. That's something that really, really helps. I imagine that the energy of your like gatherings and everything that you're doing and your seminars is a great place for people who are going through spiritual awakening and want to connect with more people who are in going through the same process as well. I love that.
Hmm.
So, if anybody who's watching here from the Rainbow Fam is interested in working with you, what services do you offer?
Mhm. The first, I want to invite everyone to the temple school. Yes, temple school. This is the 1 year school. What will happen? Like now, it's webinars, yes, online, and there we learn 108 secrets of the woman of power about health, relationships, about the business, relationships, about money, yes, and how to be beautiful and magic makeup and how we need to communicate with it. This all what women need to know. Yes,
I
how she
love that. All the
look.
things.
Yes, because everything we need to do by cosmical laws about the objects of power, about the super abilities, how to read this world, and a lot of the interesting things. And of course, they can receive the individual help. Like if they have
Yes.
a special problem, yes, I work with them in individual way, and of course, they can receive the objects of power, yes, from me, yes, what I
Yeah.
charge for the people, and
Mhm.
different amulets, yantras. I can charge their own all own things. Yes, that there
Okay.
could be spirits, and
Beautiful. So you like with your energy, you charge like you put an energy charge on the healing objects and sell those as well, or even their own objects. And you do
shamanic.
personal coaching as well with people. So you do
Yes,
like one-on-one coaching, and then you have like your 108. What's that called one more time? It's
temple
your
school, temple school.
temple school. I love that. So it's temple school, and it's initiating you into like the secrets of the feminine energy and all aspects. It sounds like spiritually,
Yes.
emotionally, even physically, and makeup and stuff like that. Everybody on my channel, I do a lot of makeup tutorials, so I know some
Yes.
of the people here
Thank
love
you very
makeup.
much that you
And I'm loving
support.
your look, by the way. I keep looking at your eyeliner, and I'm like, yes, girl.
Yes, thank
Yes,
you
beautiful.
that you support beauty, because this is one of important aspect of the woman of power, because
Yeah,
now spirituality is sometimes it's going not in the correct way, not correct spirituality. People sometimes think that you need to be you need to be natural. If you want to be
yes.
spiritual, you don't need to make makeup, to use different
Yeah,
jewelries or objects of power. But this is not truth. If we
yeah,
look, for example, in like time of the Krishna, yes, and Gopi, yes, India, yes, they're like all all outfit with the very bright colors, with the bright makeup, with the black eyes, yes,
yes.
and with a lot of the jewelries everywhere. And there was the very spiritual country, yes, and this is spirituality, because every jewelry, every makeup line have a meaning. Yes, because the
Yes.
face is connected with the planets and organs. Yes, and this is what
Wow.
I teach. Yes, what I teach people. Yes, maybe we can do something. Yes, you can make beautiful makeup, and I can explain what does it mean.
Yes, because that's incredible. Like that's I totally agree that in the spiritual community, there's a lot of people who say like, oh yes, you have to be natural. And I'm cool with my natural beauty. I don't have to wear makeup, but I do feel like there's something very ritualistic about putting on makeup and about expressing myself and artistic and like allowing myself to be feminine and play myself up. It does help boost the confidence and boost the energy and like communicates a message about myself and how much I value and take care of myself. I always say makeup is, I like posted something the other day. It says makeup is not a mask, it's a form of art, it's a form of expression. So I had no
Yes.
idea that different parts of your face are actually connected to the planets,
Yes.
and that's incredible.
And all the systems, this in reality, this is the healing practice. This is because all the faces, lines, and points, this is when we do makeup, we heal our organs.
Wow. And I've seen skin maps before where they show you if you get a breakout on certain points of your body, it's connected to certain organs. So I love that, like taking that a step further with makeup, you're healing organs, you're giving attention to certain parts of
Yes.
your body. Yeah. Yes, I'm all about that. So I just want to thank you so much for coming here on the channel and for answering some of these questions and allowing us to get the chance to get to know you better. Where can the Rainbow Fam find you if they would like to follow you? I'm going to put your social media links down
Yes.
below, but you have a website, yes, and an Instagram. and a YouTube. Do you have any
Yes.
other social media, or is
Facebook,
that
no,
it?
yes, yeah. I think yes. This is all what I have.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm going to put links down below. So if you guys are watching and you want to hit up Shakuntali, or you're interested in coaching with her, or you would like to sign up for her temple school, or you just want to check out her YouTube or follow her journey, I'm going to have the links in the description and in the comments below. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed getting to know Shakuntali a little bit better, and we will see you next time. Bye. Peace out.